This is the Simulation Football League, presented by 8 p.m. Music on the SFL Twitch network. In fighting, the main card will always be the more popular fixture, but I've got a feeling that this undercard matchup will be nothing short of electrifying. It's the Hyenas taking on the Florida Storm. Hello everyone, I'm Tyler Falk. Thank you for joining us on a special Friday edition of the SFL. In the booth with me tonight is the fantastic Gerald Giudice. Gerald, we've got a fantastic pairing here at H-Town where the game could likely come down to the wire.
Definitely, these two teams are very familiar with each other. This is the 11th matchup in this game, in this series. The last 5 games have been decided by 6 points or less, and 8 of the 10 have been decided by 6 points or less. So it's definitely going to come down to the wire. And like I said, these two teams are very familiar, but I don't think Florida knows this Hyena team there, Tyler.
Exactly, Gerald. 2 different quarterbacks and 16 total draft picks have taken the field in the time between the last meeting back in Season 15, Week 4, where Florida was 0-3. They got the victory over Houston in that ball game. And quick shout out to Dags Drone Works providing us the aerial coverage of today's game. You can find them over on their website at dagsdroneworks.com or on Instagram at dagsdroneworks. Again, Joe, what a fantastic matchup we got going today. Vice Wars is going over on Next Level Sports, but thank you for joining us, everyone, here on the SFL Twitch channel to watch Florida and Houston. Florida going to be an all-white, blue trim. Houston in their red and golds as we are about ready to get this ball game underway. And here we go. Week 6 in the SFL is live. Greg Corky going to take it close to his end zone. Tyson to spin out of a couple tackles and eventually take it down at the 25-yard line. And let's go ahead and meet that Houston offense. Dave Burr, the rookie quarterback. Warren Murray is the longtime 8-season veteran at halfback. Wide receivers are Kyle Fenimore, DR Sim, and Greg Corky. And 2 tight ends take the field, Randy Pierce and Stephen Walker. Houston's going to come out with trips to the left. Loose coverage on that side of the field from Florida. They'll start off with a handoff to Murray, and Murray gets the call, gets maybe a yard. That's 1 yard of 5. He needs to reach 10,000 today here, Gerald.
Great career for Warren Murray. Comes in 9,995, makes it 9,996. And 73 career rushing touchdowns. A great career. Number 21, Warren Murray.
Barring the unthinkable, we'll definitely be seeing him surpass that mark here today. Burr going to immediately go into the gun here on second, 4 wide. Crossing out over the middle is going to be in and out of the hands of Fenimore, and it's quickly 3rd down.
3rd and 9 coming up for Houston. Dave Burr is having a great rookie season. However, the last 2 games, both Houston losses from 7 interceptions. So you got to get his feet wet here. Rookie growing pains here in the SFL.
They'll flip the formation, gun straight, package. This time trips to the near side. Burr again looking for the crossing over the middle. And again, it's in and out of the receiver's hands. This time looking for the tight end, Pierce. And it's a quick 3 and out for H-Town.
Florida Storm's defense showing why they have been one of the top defenses in this league for a long time, forcing a quick 3 and out for Houston.
And so we'll see Brian Adams on to punt this one away to the Florida Storm.
Oh yeah, punter, I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
Wayward snap is corralled by Adams. He sends it down to Blackwell, who takes in the fair catch, or at least looked to be a fair catch. Couldn't quite tell what happened there at the end, though, Gerald.
Yeah, it looked like he had his arm up there just for a little bit. The referee calls it a fair catch, and we'll start great field position at their own 40.
And the Florida Storm offense comes out as follows. The veteran Ron Cochran is under center with Charlie Boletsky at halfback, Stephen Bush, E.J. Minson, and Justice Blackwell, the wideouts. Varden Zarkov and Paulie Truth make up the tight ends. And the linemen are Joseph Wade and Greg McDonaldson. First play is a swing pass to Boletsky on the far side, and Boletsky to take up about 3 yards before being taken down by Brody Gulch.
Charlie Boletsky's a big force in this Florida Storm offense, coming in with 536 rushing yards, and is the leading receiver on this team now with 52 receptions. Came in second in the league in that category.
8 men in the box for the H-Town defenders as they try and counter the power I. They'll run with Boletsky to the strong side. He tries to break out a couple tackles, but is corralled neatly after maybe a pickup of 4 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Brody Gulch again on the tackle, coming in here, leading the team in tackles. 58, I believe, or 56. But either way, it's a great season so far for Brody Gulch here on 3rd and 3. Big player of the defense.
Single back set, bunch set to the left of Cochran. He's back to pass, looks for the out route near side, finds his man. First down yardage and more for Varden Zarkov down to the Houston 46.
3rd season vet coming in, having 107 receptions for his career. It's a great safety valve for Ron Cochran, who's just an amazing quarterback throughout his whole SFL career. It's an easy first down.
Florida have yet to score on the road in the first quarter, and that's led to all 2 of their defeats on the road. This pass over the middle is going to find his man. That's caught by Stephen Bush for it's going to be incomplete to Stephen Bush. I thought he caught that.
I thought he had. I thought we were going to be moving the chains here. I might be challenging that if I was the Florida's head coach here. I believe that he caught that ball, but it looks like they're going to just let it go and bring up 2nd and 10.
Unsure hands from a couple receivers here early on both sides of the football here today. 2nd and 10. It'll be another run with Boletsky near side as Boletsky gets depleted at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Somebody flew up the number 55. Big tackle there by Houston defense there. It's going to set up a 3rd and long situation here just on the other side of the 50-yard line for Houston.
They're 1 of 1 so far on 3rd downs here on the drive. Can they go 2 for 2 and keep the chains moving? Cochran in the gun. Boletsky and Noel Cap, the fullback, to his left and right. 3 wideouts. Cochran stands in the pocket, launches one deep over the middle, and that's tipped and incomplete as the coverage was spectacular. Brody Gulch again making a fantastic play, and Florida's going to have to punt.
What a play there in coverage by Brody Gulch to bring up 4th and 10. And you have, I think, one of the unsung heroes on this Florida Storm team. Marcus Agrippa just loves to pin teams deep inside their territory.
Oh, we got some unexpected laundry on the field as they will catch a member of the Houston defenders offside on the punt. And so it's going to be, free 5 yards, not in field goal range though, Gerald. So again, Agrippa's going to have maybe even more of a short field to try and pin him deep in.
Back up free safety, Terry Nellums there on the offside call was going to put him 5 yards closer, trying to pin him deep. Like I said, Marcus Agrippa loves to pin these guys inside the 20. Just loves to cough and corner them. So let's see if he can do that here against the Houston and their first drive.
It's a good punt. This one angling toward the near side is going to hit about the 7 and take a Florida bounce outside at the 3. And just like you predicted there, Gerald, a fantastic punt for Marcus Agrippa.
That is better than any. I love watching that for a special team. People just punt it to the center of the field, and you see it just roll into the end zone. Marcus has cornered the market on that one.
So we'll see Houston. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Now they're backed up deep in their own territory. They'll start off in the I. Be a handoff to Murray on the far side. He struggles out of 1 tackle and is eventually brought down after a gain of 2. Still trying to muscle his way forward is the veteran halfback.
Now it looks like he's just 1 yard shy of the magical 10,000 mark. As Eric Hammer, the 3rd-year vet, 6'2", 250, come up to make the stop.
Offset I. Now from the 6-yard line. They go with Murray again. This time Murray's going to go backward, back to the 4-yard line, take a couple off those yardage totals for Murray, as this Florida defense has just been insufferable so far in this rushing attack.
Outside linebacker Jason Julian there with the stop. Bring up another big third down. And this time they're in the shadow of their own end zone.
They'll run it for a third straight time, and oh my goodness, spear toward Murray. He gets flattened.
Raymond White there with the big stick there. Actually loses another yard, so they gain no yards. Gonna put the punting unit in a shorter field position here. See if Florida Storm can get another great starting field position.
So back-to-back drives, the Houston Hyenas will go 3 and out. And Adams gets his punt away, and it's going to be a very short punt. Florida's going to start in excellent field position at the Houston 29.
The special teams have not been a strong suit for Houston so far in this season. You have Sonny J struggling as a rookie kicker, 7 for 10, or 3 misses on the year, and that was just an absolutely horrific punt, getting the net of 26 yards.
Offset single back here for the Storm as they set up in excellent field position. They'll swing it to Bilecki on the far side, and Bilecki picks up a nice chunk of yards. And let's introduce you to the Houston defense. Frank Stackhouse, Julius Maximus, and Chris Joseph make up the defensive line, with Brody Gulch, Alex Perez, and Zed Markoff at linebacker. The corners are Nana Leahy, Marco Swift, and Ethan Kai. And the safeties are Josh Rowe, Mike Jones, and Brady Clark. Single back sad as Cochran makes some adjustments as the linebackers shift to the near side. 4-3 look from the Hyenas as one man jumps offside. They'll swing it to Bilecki on the far side. Free play, only a gain of 1, but they'll pick up 5 on the penalty.
The defensive line, just got a little bit too eager there.
Number 90, defense.
We see ref 62 calling number 90. That is Julius Maximus, the second round, 19th pick in the second round for the Houston Hyenas. 6'7", 275, jumping off sides.
So it'll be 2nd and 2 from the Houston 22 on, well, it's the first quarter. I'd say it's all 2s up on the scoreboard. Instead, it's for the first quarter. Single back set again here for the Storm as Cochran tries to get it away under pressure. He's unable. The ball flutters to the turf, but it's a great pressure by Julius Simeon, and it's 3rd down.
Big time stop there. 3rd and 2. They are 1 for 2 so far on 3rd downs here. Let's see if they can keep this clock going, but they are already in field goal range. They're just going to be trying to score points and try to get in that red zone.
8 men in the box for Houston, trying to stop everything short. It'll be another passing play to the corner, and it's deflected and incomplete. Fantastic coverage again from Houston's secondary. This time it's Ethan Kai, who looked like to be playing his old strong safety spot, and instead it's 4th down.
4th season for the Hyenas, 7th overall for Ethan Kai. Coming over from Oklahoma City with a big pass deflection right there. You're looking for big number 83, E.J. Minson in the end zone, setting up for a field goal of 39 yards for 38.
This to break the duck for Florida on the road in the first quarter. Snap spot, and Ethan Sneed's kick is up and good. And so the first points in any first quarter on the road for Florida come by the way of an Ethan Sneed kick. It's 3-0, Florida here early. Visit the SFL, if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Corky's going to take his return from about the 1-yard line, angled toward the near side, has a few blockers that way, but is eventually taken down at the 25-yard line. And so the third drive for the Hyenas needs to be a little bit more productive here, Gerald. Last 2, both 3 and outs.
Well, the last drive, they were pinned inside the 5 at the 3. They really needed to play a little bit more conservative. I'd like to see Burr go back and throw the ball a little bit more. Try to get the wily veteran DR Sim involved in this game.
Bump coverage from the corners on the outside as Burr takes a deep drop, trying to go for it all. The first play of the drive, and it's going to be intercepted. Coming the other way are the Storm. It's a nice return on the interception. That's Ryan Tobin, who had 3 picks a week ago. Check that, Evan Carroll with the pick this time around.
Evan Carroll with the pick. That's Burr's 8th interception in the last 9 quarters of play. He seems to be struggling in that area, and once again, starting in Houston territory as Florida Storm offense, they've had great field position all 3 drives, but have yet to capitalize to get in the end zone.
This is not the start we expected to see from the Houston Hyenas offense, as the Storm, like you mentioned, back-to-back drive starting in excellent field position. Slant pattern over the middle, that's hauled in, and for a big first down, now at the Houston 10, first and goal for the Storm.
And Vardan Zarkov there with the catch. They're inside the red zone for the first time in this ball game. Got to credit Houston's defense, though, for holding in such tight quarters to work with.
Gun straight package for the Storm. Cochran back to pass, looking over the middle, and that's picked up in the end zone! And Houston gets the ball back by a clutch interception by Brady Clark.
Brady Clark with interception number 47 on his career, and it couldn't have been a bigger one. As you see, he was going to the back of the end zone, trying to find E.J. Minson, and this time the ball is intercepted. And once again, Houston's defense comes up huge, keeping Florida out of the end zone.
So both quarterbacks trade picks on back-to-back possessions as Houston comes out now from their own 20 after the interception touchback. Burr trying to shake off his interception. Immediately goes back in the gun here on the first play of this drive. Looks deep again, this time Nearson to a wide open DR Sim. 80-yard touchdown. He crossed Hollywood Boulevard.
DR Sim, I said they need to get the wily veteran in there. Just a misread there. Thought he had help over the top, didn't, and he matches his number. 80 yards for number 80, and the touchdown, and it gives Houston a 6-3 lead. And for DR Sim, that is touchdown catch number 109, leading the SFL in history of the game.
At first, you don't succeed on a big passing play. Try again, and get DR Sim, the wily old veteran, involved. Snap, spot kick is up from Sonny J, and this time it is good. 7-3, Houston, your score midway through this first quarter.
And if you're Florida, you've got to be asking yourself, what's going on? You've had 3 drives, started at your own 40, the 29 of Houston, and the 21 of Houston, and you find yourself down 7-3 in this first quarter. Houston's just showing how tough they are.
And we did mention at the beginning of the broadcast here, Gerald, that this game could well eventually be decided by 6 points or fewer, just based on their matchup history alone, and it's already showing the hype.
Definitely. Now let's see if Cochran can shake off his last interception and try to get Florida into the end zone. It won't be an 80-yard try if they get it from here. It'll be 77, but I think they're going to be running the football here in this setup.
And said they'll pass. It'll be a nice little out route to the far side. That's hauled in. Good pickup of about 7 yards for E.J. Minson.
It's 2nd and 3. You saw the stats right there. For completing his first pass, 80 yards going to DR Sim for that touchdown. So the big 2nd and 3 is a big statement drive here for Florida. They need to capitalize, and they need to answer Florida score.
So running on 2nd and short, Beletsky's met in the backfield by Zed Markov, a loss of 2.
one of 5 rookies on this defensive front. 13 pick in the 3rd round. There's a lot of 3rd-round picks on this Houston team. A lot of the defense, and they're playing well.
Deep drop from Cochran, looking over the middle. That's nearly picked up by a streaking defender. That's Alex Perez, another linebacker, and it's 4th down.
That would have probably been a pick 6 for Alex Perez. Of course, he's eventually, but again, Houston's defense coming to play so far in this 1st quarter, really stifling Florida, not letting them gain a lot of yards.
And so we'll see Marcus Agrippa on to punt this one away. Had a fantastic punt a little earlier, pinning Houston deep in their own territory at the 3. This time, a return by Corky will get that out to the 34-yard line before he's taken down, and Houston will come out to start another drive. I think it's their 4th drive of this 1st quarter. Not a whole lot of offense except for the last drive where they bombed it immediately to DR Sim for an 80-yard strike.
It's just a mistake in the secondary by Florida that happens few and far between. Let's see if Burr can capitalize here on this drive.
Quick out route to the far side. That's going to find Kyle Finnemore for a good pickup of 3 yards and a 2nd down play upcoming. But let's go ahead and introduce you to the Florida Storm defense. Deontay Stoneville, Alex Dominguez, and Alessandro Tamayo make up the defensive line with Stephen Black and Eric Hammer at linebacker. Corners are Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, and Adam Jones, and the safeties are Andrew Francis, Ryan Tobin. Shotgun set here for Houston on 2nd down. Burr back to pass again, looking near side this time. That's Finnemore again, picking up another good chunk of yards. We'll shut up 3rd and 1, a very manageable down indeed.
And a great open field tackle by Evan Carroll to stop him from getting that 1st down. With the 3rd and 1, might be seeing a big set here and giving the ball to Murray.
Indeed we do. Goal line set. Only 6 men in the box for the Storm, and they'll run with Murray. Murray has a big hole. That's 10,000 and more. What a way to pick up 10,000. That's a huge run for Warren Murray down to the Florida 26.
Not just way to hit that 10,000-yard barrier. Just running right through it. That's some great blocking up front. You see, he didn't get touched until he was actually tackled there. And that was an amazing run. Great blocking and great execution by the Houston Hyena football team.
I want to welcome in Mr. Land here to the SFL Twitch channel. This is the Simulation Football League. It's the first controlerless esport where strategy, not thumbs, control the outcome of matchups. Go to Simulationfl.net for more information. Quick drop here for Burr. Has to get away quickly. Finds Murray. Spins away from a diving tackle, but is only able to get back up to the line of scrimmage.
How did Burr get rid of that football is beyond me. He had pressure in his face right off the snap. Somehow found a way to Murray and no gain.
Last time they were in the goal line set resulted in a big scamper for Murray. This time, Burr's going to pass it to Murray on the near side, and Florida read that one perfectly. He was able to spin out of a tackle on 1st down. This time is taken back for a loss of 2.
Combo tackle of Ryan Tobin and the rookie Stephen Black brings up a 3rd and long situation. They are in field goal range. We did talk earlier in the broadcast about the struggles for Sonny J. See if they'll run a play here to get him closer or try to go for the throw.
Come on, the shotgun set. Gun straight package. Burr looks for an all slant pattern over the middle. It's tipped again, and it's incomplete again. The 3rd all slant pattern in gun straight for the Houston offense in this ball game, and it's another dropped ball.
There's about 3 different Hyenas that could have had their hand on the ball. Looked like it was going for DR Sim, but somehow gets on the ground. We'll see if Sonny J here from 44 and increase this lead to 7.
Sonny J from 44. Snap spot kick is up, and it is good. He is now 8 of 11 on the season.
Definitely got to be a confidence booster for Sonny J, and it gives Houston a 10-3 lead. Believe it or not, with the way the Florida's had the ball, it's really the first big sustained drive for Houston in this ball game. Let's see if Ron Cochran can pick off the cobwebs here and get their team back in this game.
Blackwell takes the return from about the 3-yard line, angles to the far side, takes it down to the 26, and here come the Storm offense, who have been pretty well stifled by this Houston defense, and that's something we don't often talk about or haven't talked about since maybe season 13, that Houston's having a pretty solid defense this season.
Yeah, Houston usually in the bottom half of scoring defense right now is second in the league, only giving up 17.2 a game. So the defenses have definitely flip-flopped so far in season 17.
Cochran steps up and fires to the far side on the deep out route. That's caught by E.J. Minson, and it'll be back-to-back, or excuse me, it'll be a first down to start off the drive.
Great pitch and catch there. Hey, Minson, you can just see just nice little pocket there. Steps up and just puts it right where only Minson can get it. Takes a nice kick, couple steps, goes out of bounds, stops the clock to get the first down to the 39-yard line.
Hey.
Cochran now goes under center. Near formation out on the field. Old school formation for all you out there. Cochran back to throw again. This time looks near side, and it was fantastic coverage by Ethan Kai to help that one flutter to the turf, and it's second down.
Ethan Kai looking for interception number 43 of his career. That's 42 coming in. There's a nice defensive play there by Ethan Kai to knock the ball away. Second and 10.
Just under a minute to go here in the first quarter, which has kind of dragged on a little bit here, Gerald. It's another play here for Florida as they'll run with Gillespie to the near side. Has blockers in front of him, spins away from a Brody Gulch tackle, and is eventually brought down by Josh Rowe and company at the 46.
Yeah, we haven't called Boletsky's name a lot. That's just first quarter. They're actually trying to throw the football downfield. You need to do a little bit more of a mixture of running pass here. Keep Houston's defense guessing.
This could potentially be the final play of the first quarter. Offset eye behind Cochran, who's under center. Quick drop, looking quick over the middle, and that's going to fall to the turf, looking for E.J. Minson, and it's again the secondary and linebacking core that pays dividends for Houston's defense, and they will force yet another Marcus Agrippa punt.
Houston's defense is playing well. They're just bending and not breaking, giving them just a little bit. Let's see if Marcus Agrippa can once again in Houston deep in their own territory. Did it once before, he can do it again.
Meanwhile, the game going over on Next Level Sports, Vice Wars. Las Vegas leads Denver in Denver 7-3 in that ball game. That ball game has reached the second quarter. Good little juke move there from Greg Corky. Gets him a couple extra yards back up to his 18-yard line, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Houston lead at home 10-3. You're watching the Simulation Football presented by 8 p.m. Music on the SFL Twitch Network. Welcome back to Houston, Texas, as the Hyenas have the football and the lead here as we enter the second quarter. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Gerald Giudice. Glad to have you along with us for the undercard, underpinning the Vice Wars matchup on Next Level Sports. First play of the quarter is a deep bomb to Kyle Fittimore, and that's going to result in a first down.
And the flip of the field. Tabor shaking off that interception has looked really, really good since the interception, having that touchdown pass to DR Sim, and they're just putting the ball on a rope for Kyle Fittimore.
Offset, single eye behind Burr, and it's another deep ball. This one's tipped, and it's a second interception of the day for Evan Carroll. 2 interceptions by Burr and 2 picks by Evan Carroll.
Evan Carroll coming into the season did not have an interception, now has 2 off the tip drill. And once again, you can't fault really Burr for that one because it got tipped up. Now Florida's got to start capitalizing on these field positions that they were having again at their own 40-yard line to start.
To quote a better man, another one. 4 wideouts and Cochran back in the gun with Boletsky off to his right. Cochran looking over the middle. That's a nice one-handed grab at the midfield logo, and he'll be stopped right there, 2nd and inches. What a catch from Justice Blackwell.
A rookie, the 24th pick of the 2nd round. He's in all 6'3", 220. Reach for that ball, one arm. You might as well have given him 10 yards at midfield. 2nd down, and it looks like 5 inches to go.
Split backfield as Cochran returns under center. 4-3 look from the defense. Handoff. Boletsky up the middle. Spins away at the line of scrimmage to pick up the 1st down and a couple more.
Alex Perez coming up with the stop. Florida moves the chains, gets into Houston territory for the 3rd time so far in this first half. He had only 3 points to show for it.
Split backfield again. This time, Cochran will be in between the backs as he'll take a deep drop, throw it over the middle, wide open receiver, just splitting the coverage is Stephen Bush, and Florida answer with a big touchdown of their own.
Great throw by Cochran. Bush somehow gets behind the secondary and just beautiful laser pass. Nobody there, an easy touchdown for Stephen Bush, and they are an extra point away from tying this ball game at 10.
And that is why Ron Cochran is one of the best in SFL league history in passing yards and passing touchdown, because he can do that. Put it where only his receiver can catch it, and he's developed a tremendous chemistry with Stephen Bush over the last 4 seasons. On comes Ethan Sneed to tack home the extra point and tie up this football game. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. We are tied once again, back at 10. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. Sneed gets this rolling once again as he'll boot it down to Greg Corky, who hauls it in around his 2 and shifts out of 2 tackles. Oh, he just phase shifted through 2 of those hands team members, and a good return gets him to the 29.
Oh, I thought he was acting like he was in the Matrix a little bit, just going past defenders. But they get at the 29-yard line. Let's see if the rookie, Dave Burr, can back here, Houston the lead once again.
2 picks, 1 big touchdown though to DR Sim back in the first quarter. Can he replicate that, or he'll just hand off to Ward Murray, who's had a pretty good day? Again, reached over 10,000 yards earlier in the ball game, and that one he'll pick up 5 more yards.
Had that 30-yard run to break the 10,000-yard barrier. It has been held to 7 yards on all his other carries, so except for that big run, Otis kept Murray in check.
Split backfield behind the rookie quarterback, Burr. 3 wideouts, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Burr back to pass, looking far side, deflected, intended for Kyle Finnemore, but it's going to fall incomplete, and probably want to stay away from Evan Carroll there, Gerald.
Definitely 2 picks in the first half. Definitely keeping his eye on Cochran. In Burr in that backfield. So let's see what happens here. 3rd and 5 as you see DR Sim lining up.
He's on the left side of the formation. Finnemore to the right side. Split backfield with Burr in the shotgun. Burr again looking to throw. Looks over the middle again. This time it's hauled in by the tight end, Randy Pierce, and they'll cross midfield down to the Florida 47.
Big throw by Dave earlier on 3rd and 5. Randy Pierce coming out here with a great route. What a perfect thrown football. Great first down there for Houston. And like you said, at the Florida 47-yard line.
Carvers is going to back off here on this first down play. Only 6 men in the box. Offset eye handoff to Murray up the middle, and he's going to be dragged down from behind by big, sexy Alex Dominguez after a gain of 4.
It's actually just hanging on for dear life as Murray tried to bust through that tackle. Still gains 4 yards. Gain up 2nd and 6 at the 43 with just under 8 minutes to go in the game. I'm sorry.
Now they come out an offset single back. And 3 wide receivers. Handoff. Murray shakes off 1 tackle, but then is crunched from behind by Stephen Black after maybe a pickup of just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Great pursuit there by Stephen Black as Murray tries to get past that first tackle, couldn't get past the second. He's up a huge 3rd and 5.
Shotgun set here on 3rd down. Burr looking deep, near side, picked off for a 3rd time, and this time it is Ryan Tobin for his first pick of the day.
First pick of the day, 5th on the season. Coming in number 45 in his career, but that was just a ball that was completely underthrown. And the 3rd interception by the rookie quarterback. Florida's got to start converting these into points.
Tobin's now going to move into a tie for 15th all-time in total picks as Cochran is back to pass again, looking far side, and it's deflected. It could have been back-to-back picks again there, Gerald.
Got hit as he threw the football. He's lucky that pass fell to the ground. That definitely would have been a pick 6.
So Cochran maybe wiping off the sweat off his brow after being able to get that ball back. He goes under center here on 2nd down. Back to pass again on 2nd down. Looking deep, near side, wide open. E.J. Minson, see you later. 5, and he's barely taken down at the 1. Tremendous pursuit by the cornerback. That's Marco Swift with the hustle to stop him at the 1.
Oh, I thought that was gone, like you said, but Marco Swift, watch, he's 5 yards behind him. It just starts with that closing speed. This is why you never give up on a play, folks. All you youngins out there, you never give up on a play. Now they have 1st and goal at the 1.
Either Minson was tired or he was just showboating a little too much, and it's a stop at the 1-yard line. And here comes the Florida offense. Now maybe to punch it in with Boletsky. Handoff up the middle, and indeed they'll get the 1 yard on the first play from the red zone. Touchdown, Storm!
Boletsky with his 7th rushing touchdown on the season. Big play going over the top once again, sets up this 1-yard touchdown run, and Florida regains the lead after really a great showing for Houston.
On comes Ethan Snead to tack home the extra point. DR Sim on the sideline in chat, not happy with how his team's performing, especially after giving up a couple turnovers. Snap spot, Snead's extra point is up and through, and Florida take the lead by 7. It's 17-10.
And another 1-score game here. It always seems to be this way between the 2 ball clubs here. Florida coming through with turning those turnovers into points finally to take the lead is huge here on the road.
Snead gets us rolling once more as Corky this time will feel it in his own end zone. Walker's in front, but he's eventually taken down at the 19-yard line, and that's where Houston will start this drive. And for Dave Burr, he's throwing a couple frozen ropes, but a couple of those frozen ropes have gone to the opposing team. Need to be a little bit more careful throwing the football around.
Carl with 2 picks, Tobin with 1. That'll put him at 10 for his last 10 quarters of football. Gotta protect the football better, young man.
Power eye to the near side for Murray's handoff will pick up 7 yards, tackled there by Ryan Tobin.
Tobin having a good day up back in the coverage department and in the run stop. With a nice stop here for a 7-yard gain for 2nd and 3.
Offset strong eye behind Dave Burr. He's going to go back to pass, and he's going to swing it out to Murray there on the far side as Murray tries to hustle toward the line to gain, but is eventually brought down by a couple of Storm members, and it's 3rd and 2.
Evan Carroll coming up with a big stick here. Big 3rd down here for this Houston Hyena ball club. You need to get the first down and get some momentum going, because right now momentum's wearing a white jersey with the red helmet.
Just past the halfway point here in the second quarter as Burr rolls to his left, fires across his body, and a triple coverage. What a catch by D.R. Sim!
Dio, what a catch, but what a throw. He steps the pocket and just a sidearm flick between 4 defenders. That's a wounded duck, but somehow finds its way into the hands of D.R. Sim. What a play.
That's just some of the upside that this rookie quarterback has. But I have to agree with Agoni. It was a good throw, but an even better catch by the Hall of Famer. As Murray gets the call to the near side, struggling with 2 defenders on his back, eventually brought down after a gain of 9.5.
Looks like that play has ignited this Houston Hyenas offense. You see some blocks, some great blocking up front there, and just determined running there by Murray, just dragging 2 defenders with him, like you said. Brings up a 2nd and inches at the 36.
Houston looking to echo the touchdown by Florida on their last possession. It's going to be a quick drop, floater to the far side. That's hauled in by the Houston Hyenas. That's Stephen Walker, the tight end, picking up the first down.
Dave Burr, 164 yards today, with one of those being an 80-yard touchdown pass. D.R. Sim, that quick hitter, gets that first down. I think they might need to do a couple more of those here to maybe draw that secondary in. They got more success over the top like Dave Burr's been having.
Power eye, it's going to be a swing pass, a screen to Murray on the near side. He'll pick up about 4 yards before being brought down by Ryan Davidson.
8-season vet with a beautiful open field tackle right there to only hold Murray to a 4-yard gain. Just under 4 minutes to go at the half. Houston looks like they're going to try to score and get this ball game tied up.
Come out in a single back, bunch set to the near side, handoff Murray. Murray is leveled after maybe a yard. It's a huge hit laid on him by Stephen Black, and it's 3rd down.
Stephen Black has laid a couple of hits on Warren Murray so far in this first half. Another big hit there. 3rd and 5. They've only converted on a couple 3rd downs here. It's a big one coming up right here.
Gone straight package on the field for Houston. 3rd and 5, all slant pattern. This time it's caught by D.R. Sim. 4th time's the charm for the play, and it results in a Houston first down, and they march into the red zone.
If you need a big play, look no farther than number 80 in the red. D.R. Sim, another big 3rd down catch on this drive. It sets him up in the red zone at the 15.
2 backs in the backfield. D.R. Sim off to the right. Handoff up the middle. That's going to result in a huge hit. Andrew Francis with laying the lumber to Warren Murray.
I am really impressed with this defense here for Florida. Just coming out and just absolutely playing physical, just hitting Murray as soon as he gets the football.
IEs again come out with two backs. They'll again run it up the middle for Murray. Murray tries to escape to the outside, but is tackled in the backfield by Ryan Davidson and company. Third down from the 13, 8 yards to pick up the first. With that, we've reached the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Florida lead, but Houston has the ball. When we come back, we'll see if they can punch it in. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on the SFL Twitch Network. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Houston come out in the gun straight package again. They'll look for the all slants play again over the middle. It's caught at the 2, falling forward to the 1.
Great play of running that all slants pretty much all game, and it's finally starting to pay off here late in the first half. Again, it's DR Sim with that play. They got to find a way to stop DR Sim on that route because they're just eating the defense up with that play.
Power football. Goal line defense versus power eye. Who will prevail? Murray gets the call, and it's the defense who wins the battle on first down, stopping him at the line of scrimmage.
I believe that was also number 27, Ryan Davidson, again coming in on the stop, popping him short of the end zone. Again, big formation here, 2nd and goal.
Goal line offense versus goal line defense. Murray gets the call again, escapes to the left side, and he will attack on 6 points for the Hyenas, and they're 1 point away from tying this football game up once more.
Big touchdown for Houston. Murray just bounces it to the outside. He's easy coming up and sees nothing on the inside. Bounces it to the outside. Great vision. Seeing nobody out there and just waltzes into the end zone. Again, to make this almost a tie football game, pinning the extra point here. 64 seconds left to go in the half.
On now comes Sonny J, the rookie out of Salt Lake, first round pick. Gonna try and tack home the extra point. Snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good from Sonny J. And indeed, we are tied all up at 17 with a minute and change left to go in the second quarter.
I have to give credit to this Houston football team. Dave Burr struggled 3 interceptions in this first half. Somehow find the way in this ball game, tied at 17 here. Kudos to tenacity.
Blackwell gets his return started from about his 3. Tries to spin away from a couple tacklers, but is taken down at the 24. And so the Storm will have exactly 1 minute to go down the field and maybe tack on a couple points of their own. This is only the second meeting between the two franchises with the Storm in Florida. Remember, they used to be the Alaska Storm all before season 14.
And 2 seasons ago, Houston got, 4 seasons ago, got their only win at home, 19-14 against the Florida Storm team.
Cochran looking to throw on first down, looking far side, and tremendous defense by Ethan Kai. Fantastic coverage, is able to tip that one away.
That ball would have been a couple more yards in the air. They would still be calling Stephen Bush running down to the goal line. It seems like the defensive backs are getting burnt, and that's what's causing these big plays here. Let's see if they can correct that here on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here for the Florida Storm. They come out in the power eye. They'll pass out of it, looking for Boletsky near side, who tries to juke. One man can't. Marco Swift with the tackle, and he wants to shut out his wife, who's watching in the other room. She'll be joining the minor leagues next season, so welcome to Marco Swift's wife.
Welcome to, we have a lot of female players in this league. Ashley Jackson, Tina Begin, just to name a few. So welcome to the SFL here. Mrs. Swift.
And of course, can't forget my fantastic co-host on Netma, Kendra Hall, over there in Vancouver, as Cochran's pass here on third down will be able to convert it. He looked for Varden Zarka of the tight end, and Zarka brought it in. Now they go to the hurry up. Less than 15 seconds to go in the half. Cochran takes his time under center, finally snaps it, now looks for the out route. That's hauled in by Justice Blackwell, but they're going to have to call a timeout with 3 seconds to go.
And that was poor clock management there by the veteran. It could have saved itself at least 6 or 7 more seconds, but it looks like it's going to be a Hail Mary chance here for the Florida Storm. My apologies to my teammate Kendra Hall, who's having a great season in Vancouver. One of the premier players in the league. Like I said, a bunch of great players in this league. So come on in if you're a male or female. Come on down to the SFL.
Cochran's going to launch this into the stratosphere. Or maybe he's just going to get taken down. He escapes one tackle and is finally brought down for a sack. That defender on the near side just came in unblocked, and Frank Stackhouse picks up the scraps and takes down Cochran to end the first half of play. And I gotta say, Gerald, this undercard underpinning the Vice Wars matchup on Next Level Sports has been nothing short of electrifying and all up to the billing.
If you're not entertained, you're not a fan. 17.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Across the board, 17. We've seen great defensive plays, unbelievable catches, blown coverages. You name it, this game has had it. And stick around because teams, like you said, love to play close games. We're in for a treat here in the second half.
17-all as we come back to Houston after a very short halftime performance. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Gerald Giudice. Thanks for joining us on a special Friday Night Lights edition of the SFL here on the SFL Twitch network, as the Storm will start off with the football here in the second half as Blacko returns it back to his 25-yard line, and we'll see the Storm take the field for their first possession of the second half.
Surprising that Florida is continuously throwing the football, as Houston has the third best pass in the league coming into this game. So Cochran is really playing well against a strong defense.
Cochran back to throw here on first down of the second half. He'll dump it off over the middle. That's hauled in by Paulie Truth, his first reception of the ball game, and it'll pick up 4 yards.
Back to that Houston defense. They have 4 third-round picks. And Stackhouse at the sack at half. There's the first pick in the third round. Fahey, 10th. Harkov, 13th. And Mike Jones, the strong safety, 4th. So they have a lot of good players here on this defense.
And Poletsky on the second play of the drive is going to result in a pickup of 6 and another first down for the Storm.
Poletsky running the ball there, needs to get more involved, I think, in this offense. Try to somehow get this young Houston Hyena defense. Got to get him confused here. Some way, there may be some screen passes or maybe even play action.
They'll just go to a straight pass. It'll be a screen play to Boletsky on the far side, and Boletsky gets stapled to the turf by Brody Gulch. No gain.
Brody Gulch having a day there in the linebacker spot, coming up with a couple pass deflections, and really as a disruptor early in this ball game, and continues here in the third quarter.
Now Cochran is going to go back in the gun with Boletsky in cap to his left and right. 3 wideouts. Back to pass. Has time. Fires deep over the middle. Tipped up in the air, and it's going to fall incomplete. I'm just going to say it over and over again, and you've mentioned it, Gerald. The secondary for Houston has been on point today.
We see another rookie, Josh Rowe, coming up there, 14th pick in the second round, coming up, and Stephen Bush with a tip that could not find it. Or if he would have found that, he would have been probably going for a touchdown. As you saw Brody Gulch again in the vicinity of that football. Has been all over the field so far in this game.
So now on third down, Florida's going to come out with 4 wideouts. 3-2 dime package for the Houston defense to counter. Cochran looks over the middle, finds his man, and who is immediately taken down near midfield. What a crunching hit, but tremendous job by E.J. Minson just to hold on to that football.
I have no idea how that ball was even completed. It looked like he was just reaching out with his fingertips right as Marco Swift just lowered the boom on him, but it was a great pass play to get that first down at the midfield stripe.
He's another one of the additions that Florida didn't see the last time these two teams played. Only his second season in the SFL and second with the Houston Hyenas franchise, as Valetsky is going to go absolutely nowhere, taken down for a loss of 2 by Chris Joseph, his first season in Houston from London.
Okay, big 6'6", 285-pound defensive end coming there with the stop. There's some great penetration in that backfield. It's a 2nd and 12.
Coverage creeps up the line, playing bump on the outsides. Florida goes with the all slants pattern over the middle. That's hauled in by Vardan Zarkov. Pickup of 10 on the play, but still 2 yards short of the marker.
If DR Sim can do those all slants plays, we can do it too. As now it comes up with a 2nd and a very manageable 2 here on the Houston 43-yard line with 8 minutes to go in the third.
Playbook's pretty wide open here for the Storm on 3rd and short. Linebackers show blitz. They come, but Valetsky spins away from a tackle, picks up the first down, and then he is met by Ethan Kai at the 38.
Great stick by Ethan Kai, but not before Valetsky moves the chains. Had some great blocking there up front. And Joseph Wade and Greg McDonaldson have been playing fantastic here, giving holes for Valetsky.
Cochran to the gun, looking to throw again. Fires far side. That's hauled in by E.J. Minson for a pickup of 4 before walking out of bounds. 2nd and 6.
That play to Minson's been working quite well to get them to 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, which really puts the defense on its heels because you basically have the whole playbook open at that point. So, but Cochran on this drive is just showing his mettle as a veteran in this league.
119 yards for E.J. Minson on 7 targets, 5 catches. No touchdown, though, as Swift was able to catch him late on his big old run a couple plays ago back in the first half, as that passing play goes to Stephen Bush, and it's a first down.
Cochran to Bush has been basically the whole last 4 seasons Cochran's favorite receiver coming on the wide receiver side of the football. His favorite receiver is Valetsky at the backfield. Stephen Bush is one of his favorite targets.
Cochran in the gun again. Pressure coming from the outside. He's able to get it away, and he finds Minson again. And it's a good first down pickup. And they're now in the red zone, and they're at the 9-yard line.
You can't give Cochran that much time to throw the football. He will just pick you apart no matter how good your secondary is.
Now from the 9, here come the Storm, looking to retake the lead. Cochran's going to swing it for Valetsky near side, spins away from 1, tries to get away from Ethan Kai, but Ethan Kai turns him inside out at the 4-yard line.
Ethan Kai with the big stop there. It looked like he was going to go on the spin cycle to get in the end zone. Big hit, stop him at the 4-yard line.
Goal line defense on the field now for Houston. Cochran takes a deep drop, looking for Mintz on the far side. Hauled in! TJ Minson just got his hands out there. Cochran put it millimeters away from the defense, and it's a touchdown for Florida.
How that ball got by Marco Swift, I have no idea. Great pass, but just over the fingertips of Swift to go in the end zone, and what a drive for Florida to come down the field and just absolutely dissect that Houston defense, who has been playing phenomenal so far. Kudos to the offense. Touchdown, Florida.
They say football is a game of inches. I think that could won that Should be measured by a microscope how close that pass was from being tipped or picked. Snap spot, and Ethan Sneed's kick is up and good, and Florida retake the lead. It's 24-17. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Turn by Greg Corky gets started about 1 yard deep in his own end zone and takes it where he would have been if he just took it a knee right there at the 20 as Houston takes their first possession of the second half.
What a drive for Florida, just taking all sorts of time off that clock. Now it's going to be on the hands of DR Sim and the arm of that man, Dave Burr.
DR Sim's going to be in tight on the line on the near side as they'll hand off for Murray, but nothing doing as the defense swallowed that run play up hole as Big Sexy gets it in the tackle again.
Big Sexy along with Deontay and Stoneville coming up here with his first name, I believe, said in this broadcast. Big Sexy is coming up to the line there, one of the greatest players in this league.
They're going to come on the same exact formation here on second down. Again, and they'll run the same exact play. Murray this time able to pick up 4 yards before being brought down by Big Sexy.
If you're a defensive tackle in this league, as I am, you need to look at the productivity and just the longevity of Big Sexy just coming in here. Number 1 in sacks, number 1 in tackles for loss, just having an all-around great career.
Now we'll trot out the gun straight formation again. Drop over the middle, tipped and nearly picked, but it's going to fall incomplete. Stephen Black got his mitts on it, and it's fourth down.
Big deflection there, and that's a big defensive stop there for Florida. Now you've got Houston's defense coming out here on the field for roughly 6.5 minutes, and your offense can't get a first down. You're going to come right back on this field. I think this is the best time in the football game right now for Florida to take more than a 1-score lead.
And Brian Adams will punt this one away to Justice Blackwell, who starts his return. No, he's going to call for a fair catch at the 40-yard line, and that is where the Storm offense will take over. And for the Houston defense here, Gerald, we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast that they're a very stout group, only allowing 17.2 points per game on average, but so far in this game, they've allowed 24 to Florida.
Yeah, but when you have a big veteran quarterback like Ron Cochran, he can just pick you apart if you just give him all the time in the world.
Oh, and he nearly threw that one to Alex Perez, who nearly came away with a pick. That would have been his second pick if he would have caught the two he's had his chance on today.
He didn't almost throw that ball to Alex Perez. He did throw that ball to Alex Perez. I guess he just didn't see him and just snuck underneath him. But again, luckily that ball falls harmlessly to the ground.
Two backs in the backfield, two wide receivers, one to the left, one to the right. Cochran under center. Linebackers show blitz, but back off. Cochran has time, throws deep down the middle. That's a wide receiver. That's hauled in at the 25-yard line. Bard and Zarkov, the tight end, hits the reception.
You see Cochran now at 300 yards for the game. Back and makes an absolutely beautiful throw. Great timing on the jump there by Zarkov to get the football. And just like that, there is Houston's 25-yard line, looking to put this game away here in the third.
They try to get Alex Perez to man coverage the tight end with Zarkov's speed. You just can't do that. As Minson will fire the out route to the far, Cochran's going to fire to Minson. I knew Minson was going to be involved in that play with how many out routes he's run today, but I didn't think he would be playing both quarterback and wide receiver.
There's that short gain of 4, 5, and 6 yards that we've been saying on first down. It just opens the playbook up, and that actually puts Houston at a disadvantage defensively.
Cochran back under center. Two tight ends to the left of the line. Cochran, quick drop, is going to find Boletsky near side, who has room to run. And he's going to take it inside the red zone down to the 11-yard line.
I think that's the first time Cochran's really had pressure in his face. It's one of the few times he still finds a way to get that ball to Boletsky for the first down at the 11-yard line. And now still got a first down at the 1. It's not a first and goal, but boy, Florida's looking really good here in the second half.
Seems like all the scoring is coming from our game, 24-17 here over on Next Level. Las Vegas leading Denver 10-3 in Vice Wars. Cochran looking to throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Well out of the reach of Stephen Bush.
I think Cochran was just throwing that ball away. There was some beautiful coverage in the secondary. There's no pressure coming up. They must have dropped 7. There was just nowhere to throw the football. Smart play by the veteran. Just throw it away and go to second down.
Offset single back. Here for the Storm, 2 wideouts. Linebacker shift to the weak side of the formation. And Boletsky met immediately in the backfield. Nothing doing. Frank Stackhouse stacking up the line of scrimmage and takes down Boletsky for a loss of 2.
Win or lose, the defensive rookies for this Houston Hyenas defense have been playing lights out in this football game. Just come up here on a 3rd and 12.
Tight coverage on the outside. A little bit looser toward the middle. Cochran looking toward the middle. He'll find his man. That's Justice Blackwell, who's just a yard short, they'll say, of the line to gain. Pretty tough to do when you have to convert a first at the 1-yard line.
4th and 1. I think you just take the points here, bring Snead out on the field. See what Florida does here. 4th and 1 from the 2.
Crunch time. 4th and 1 from the 2. Goal line defense. Strong eye set for the Storm. They'll catch a man offsides. Free play. And it's going to be a free first down for the Storm. Oh, when you have a rookie secondary, a rookie defense, as many rookies as you do, it's one of the things that sadly happens from time to time. This time it's Jules Simeon who comes up with the offside call. Except no, they're actually going to say it was Raymond White. I think they got the wrong number there, but it's a free first down for the Storm.
That is something you cannot do. Back up defensive end Raymond White, just trying to make a play. Comes offside. It wasn't detrimental the first time. Here it is crucially terrific. It gives them a first down.
Quick drop. Then it's dropped. Zarkov couldn't haul it in on the quick play, and the defense holds on first down.
Boletsky in that backfield, and you have big offensive linemen, 6'8", 350, and Wade and McDonaldson. I'd love to see the ball in the belly of number 33 here and just go right up the gut and punch it in and give them the 2-score lead.
Single back set, 2 tight ends to the left. Boletsky alone in the backfield. Goal line set for the defense. Cochran looking to throw into the back of the end zone. That's hauled in by Stephen Bush. Touchdown, Florida, and they take a 2-score advantage.
That's why I'm in the booth instead of calling plays, but what a throw there. Pushing the back of the end zone. Look at that ball was thrown. Only where Stephen Bush could get it. If not, it was going to be an incomplete pass. Great throw. Great drive for Florida. And they've taken this game by storm, no pun intended.
Well, the Houston defense took your advice and sold out on the run, which led to leaving Bush wide open in the back of the end zone as Snead takes the kick. Snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good. Florida 31, Houston 17 with 1:33 left to go in the third quarter. Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind player segments, and all the major milestones in league history. And Corky's going to get his return start from about the 1. Angles to the near side. Breaks off 1 tackle. Breaks off 2. But then is eventually brought down at the 25-yard line, as that's where Houston will take over.
You're the Florida Storm right now. You can just pin your ears back and go after Dave Burr and put a lot of pressure on the rookie, because you're going to have to rely on the arm of Dave Burr to get back in this football game, being down 2 scores. Just $1:27 to go in the third.
Houston came out in the second half and has put 2 scores on 2 drives. Houston now needs to come up with a play of their own to get it into the end zone, as Randy Pierce gets the first pass catch of the drive, and it's going to result in a big first down to start off the drive.
Took a shot in the back, almost bent in half, but somehow manages to hold on to that football and a first down. You see Warren Murray there, 63 yards on the ground today.
Punch set, far side of the formation. Burr is going to hand off to Murray. Murray has a lane, and he's going to pick up 9 yards, as the blocking was superb. One of the few times we've seen Murray break off a good chunk play.
Besides that 30-yard run, he's really been held in check. They're getting 2 yards, 1 yard, 3 yards, but that was a good gain of 9. Up 2nd and 1.
Offset eye behind Burr. 2 wide receivers to his left. They'll go in that direction with Murray. Murray has a couple of blockers again. Has a lane down the near sideline, and he's down to the 28-yard line.
It's like Florida's playing for the run. Florida's playing for the pass. Houston's just coming out and running the football. Beautiful blocks there from the side to seal that area. Boy, another big run for Murray, getting close to the 100-yard mark.
That should take us to the end of the third quarter, as the Storm lead by 2 scores. Houston trying to mount a comeback to bring this game back within grasp. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on SFL Twitch Network. Get your 4s up and chat. Fourth quarter coming your way next. Welcome back to Houston, Texas. I'm Tyler Falk, Gerald Giudice alongside with me here in the booth. Fourth quarter coming your way, as Murray gets the first call of the quarter and is taken back into the backfield by Big Sexy Alex Dominguez.
The tackle for loss for Big Sexy. It's up a 2nd and 12 here. This is crucial. I think Houston needs to score a touchdown on this drive here, or this game could very well be over.
2nd and 12 from the Florida 31. Gun straight package. They'll run all slants again. Into coverage, and he's lucky to have that one back, as that's deflected and incomplete.
That was almost intercepted if the backup free safety, IB lurking. He was lurking on that play. Almost make the interception. It's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 12 here for this Houston Hyena offense.
They'll come out with 5 wide receivers. Crunch time now for Houston. Need a play. Burr, back to pass, looking over the middle. That's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the backup receiver, Josh Fed, and it's 4th down from the 31. It's a decision time. I know it's 4th and long here, Gerald, but a field goal might not cut it at this stage of the ball game.
Field goal might not cut it. You have a shaky field goal kicker. I don't know. I don't think it's 4th down territory just yet. You might just want to try to punt him and pin him deep. Hope your defense can make a stop and get the ball. They're going to try a long field goal here.
Sonny J, who is 1 for 1 today, 8-11 on the season, trying to bring the game back within 2 touchdowns. Snap spot from 47 yards out is no good. He missed it right.
4th miss of the season. That's going to prove costly for Houston. Having a decent drive, just misses it to the right. And that's going to put the ball at the 38-yard line of Florida, who's had really great field position all game long. Now Cochran can just take his time, bring his club up to the field, line of scrimmage here, and just wear down this clock.
Offset single back for Florida Storm to start off the drive. Cochran back to pass on first down, looking far side. That's hauled in by one of the receivers who falls down to the turf after picking it up. That's Steven Bush on the reception. Coverage of the Simulation Football League 17 season on Next Level Sports continues at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Saturday with the clash on I-35 between the Fort Worth Toros and the Lone Star Glory. Bonus coverage has the Arizona Scorpions traveling to visit the Pacific leading Los Angeles Lycans. It all comes your way next Friday on Next Level Sports. And Boletsky trying to pick up the first. He can't do it. Great coverage by Brody Gulch to stop him short of the sticks.
Like on these short plays that is like 2nd and 1, 2nd inches, it's just Brody Gulch just sticking his nose in there, fighting his way to the football, and just stopping him. Be 3rd and like maybe an inch and a half there. See if they can stop him.
Big 3rd down for Houston's defense. Can they hold Ron Cochran and the Florida Storm? Deep ball far side. That's caught. 1st down and more for the Storm. Down to the Houston 33. That's E.J. Minson.
And again, a big catch. And with the pass, with you have 3rd inches, he just puts it high and lets E.J. Minson go up to get it. That is a great call there. The offensive coordinator, Ben Jackson, and the head coach, Max Paul, there, putting it in your quarterback's hands.
To answer a question quickly from SD61, yes, there are emulators for the simulator that we use, but this is actually still being simulated on an Xbox 360. That was proven to us at the last convention when the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, who's our producer, of course, today, brought his Xbox S to the convention over in Houston, and what a fun time was had by all there in League City, Texas. And so this game is still being simulated, as it was intended to. 2nd and 6 after the swing pass to Boletsky. Cochran looks over the middle into triple cover. This time can't pick it up, and it falls incomplete. And it'll bring up another 3rd down for the Florida Storm.
Start at Houston, 59-yard line. Definitely Ethan Sneed's range. Perfect on the air, but a big 3rd and 6 here. A touchdown now would just ice the game for Florida, I would think.
Shotgun set for the Storm here on 3rd down. Need to get to the 23 to convert. Cochran has all day. Now pressure comes, and he's taken down to the backfield. Sacked on the play. It's a huge sack by Frank Stackhouse. Have a day, young man.
2nd of the ball game, had one at the end of the 1st half, and you just have too much time. You need to throw that ball away, but trying to make a play was Cochran. Not doing it at the 36. They're going to bring out, they're going for the 53-yarder, Marcus Agrippa, and I think that is a fantastic move. Florida, let's see if we can pin him deep once again.
He's already pinned him down to their own 3 earlier in the ball game. Can he have a similar result here? This one angles to the far side. It's going to stop at the 9, bounce to the 5, and that is where the Florida Storm will down it. Another excellent punt from Marcus Agrippa.
That is just, if you don't like special teams, that's fine. But I think it's a big part of the game, and that's just absolutely beautiful. Just Marcus Agrippa just pinpointing that on the backspin. We have that ball come check back up at the 5. Absolutely beautiful. Now, Dave Barr, you have 95 yards to get your team within a touchdown.
In the shadow of their own goalposts come the Houston Hyenas. Who's going to be sacked at the 1-yard line? Dave Burr couldn't do anything about big, sexy number 69 coming up the gut to tackle him at the 1.
Sexy, just increasing his SFL all-time sack total, getting him to the 1-yard line. Almost gets 2 points. The big man, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 14.
Massive play upcoming. Murray just does get out of the end zone, back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, they were reading that perfectly again. Big, sexy Alex Dominguez comes up the gut again.
Veteran players make big plays and big moments. Cochran, the 9th season vet, and Alex Dominguez having a second half single-handedly putting it to 3rd and 14.
Murray again, this time able to scrape out of one tackle and gets up to the 8-yard line, so it'll give him a little bit more room to punt it away, as I think you're going to have to punt this one away. You can't think of going for it this backed up in your own territory.
Definitely not going to be there'd be a 3-score game at that point. Definitely have to punt it away, and the defense, who's got to be gassed in the second half, is going to come back on the field.
Ryan Adams' punt is away. Fair catch call for by Blackwell at the 36, and that is where Florida will start their next possession. 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. Cochran's going to start on the gun. It's a quick swing pass to Boletsky on the far side, who can't make anything happen. He's taken down for a loss of 1 by Marco Swift and company.
At this point, I think for sure Florida just want to just milk the clock here. Some nice, safe plays here. Have a 14-point lead. Your defense is playing absolutely fantastic. I think it's just a matter of just running the clock out here and getting the victory.
Second 11 upcoming for the Storm. They'll hand up Boletsky far side. Has a couple blockers there. Boletsky has some room to rumble, and he's inside the red zone down to the 19-yard line.
A great run by Boletsky. Also, watch what he does here at the end of the run. He's running toward the sidelines. He makes the move back inside to not get tackled out of bounds. Keep that clock running. It's a great run, but also a smart run by Charlie Boletsky.
Couple of chat shoutouts, a couple of new faces I haven't seen joining us today. SD61, Nina Boltom Ois, I think that's how you pronounce it. Tavel, and let's see, 6 Machiavelli joining us. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight on this Friday edition of the SFL. As the play goes for about 2 yards, as we take a look at Frank Stackhouse. He's had a pretty big day today. 3 tackles, one of them being a big sack to knock out the Florida Storm back out of field goal range on the last drive. This time, Boletsky gets the call up the middle. He'll pick up a couple more yards, maybe 3. And then another member of the Houston defense has had a big day today. Brody Gulch picking up that lumbering tackle.
Brody Gulch has got to be coming close, if not at the 10 tackle mark. This football game is absolutely playing his heart out.
2 backs in the backfield here on 3rd and 5. You need to get past the 9-yard line to convert on this 3rd down. Boletsky gets the call, only able to muster 1 yard, but that'll put the ball right in the middle of the field. Perfect chance for Ethan Snead to knock home 3 points.
That was a play where if Boletsky gets the 1st down, that's fine, but if not, that ball, like you said, positioned right dead center in the middle of the field. Taking an easy chip shot here. Ethan Snead to put this game pretty much out of reach, making it a 3-score game with less than 4 to go.
29-yard attempt for Ethan Snead, right in the middle of the field. Snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good from 29, and the Storm take a 17-point lead. Coverage of the Simulation Football League 17th season on For the Fans continues Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern with a critical East Division tilt with Atlanta and Louisiana, followed by a North Division rivalry between Baltimore and D.C. Bonus coverage will include Carolina, Jacksonville, and London, Portland. It all comes your way next Sunday on For the Fans. As the kicks away from Ethan Sneed as Greg Corky gets his return started, takes it up to the 23-yard line. And that will be where Houston takes over, and to quickly reach out to SD6. Once again, yes, the Chicago Wildcats moved to LA and became the LA Lycans last season. So yes, LA now has a team back in LA for season 16 and for this current season. Burr has to make something happen, trying to get it all in a hurry. A big deep bomb down the middle. That's hauled in by DR Sim down to their 45, and they're going to have to hustle back to the line. They have to make something happen in a hurry. Burr again to pass, looking again for a man over the middle. This time it's Cal Finnemore. Two big chunk plays moving on to the opposite side of the 50. They're at the Florida 37 and continuing the march.
How did that prevent? Need to find a way to stop this.
Burr again looking for a deep bomb, again looking for Sim, this time incomplete. Tried to thread the needle, and Ryan Tobin and company, and we're all over it. This time Evan Carroll with the coverage.
Evan Carroll looking for the hat trick. That was a great play there. The backup over the top coverage there. Number 20, Andrew Francis, comes up with a big deflection there. And boy, these veteran players here, Florida, have been among us here in the second half.
3:03 left to go in regulation. Burr and the Hyenas need to continue marching down the field with rapid succession. Deep ball over the middle. Finnemore in and out of his hands. Incomplete.
The backup wide receiver there with the drop. Another drop for offense here for Houston. A crucial time here. It's definitely 4-down territory here. 2:59 to go in the game. You need to get it first.
Gun straight package for the Houston Hyenas. Will they go back to the all slants pattern? They do. Burr pumps once, now finds Finnemore over the middle. That's going to get him down to the 17.
Florida cannot find an answer at all slants play.
They'll run it again. This time finding the tight end, Pierce. That's another first down to the 5-yard line. Back to the gun straight package again. Can they punch it in? With 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. High snap corralled by Burr. Looking for Pierce again, and it's deflected. The defense read the third straight all slants pattern this time, and it's knocked away by Stephen Black.
Rookie almost had a pick, game-sealing pick, but man, a drive for Houston coming down the field here. If Burr looking almost Cochran-esque with his drive coming down here. Let's see if they can put it in the end zone.
This time they'll come out with 3 wideouts, 1 tight end, and they'll set Murray out to the right of David Burr. Burr looking to the end zone. It's a one-handed spinning catch by DR Sim, his second of the ball game, and the Houston Hyenas try to move back within 10, pending the extra point.
Beautiful corner out there by DR Sim. Great throw by Dave Burr. That's going to put him within 10 with the extra point pending here. Unless they go for 2 here, I think you might as well just kick the extra point.
I'll shout out Sonny J on attempt the extra point. He's 1 of 2 on field goal tries. He's made all of his extra points today. We'll see if that streak continues. Snap spot, kick is up, and Sonny J's extra point is good. And they're only now down by 10 with 2:24 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Not over yet. We might be seeing onside team here. We might see the hands team coming up here. Kick it.
And they are going to attempt an onside kick from Sonny J. It's corralled by the hands team of Florida, and so Florida's going to take over at the 39 of Houston with a chance to seal this one up.
Backup cornerback Christian Paul, they're up on the hands team, cheering the football for Florida. And right now, just going to be, I believe it's going to be the Charlie Boletsky show here. Up 10 with 2:23 to go.
4-3 look from the Houston defense. They'll hand off to Boletsky. Boletsky spins out of a tackle. Has a lane to run. He's loose. A 39 touchdown on the first play of the drive. And that should be that. There's your dagger from Charlie Boletsky.
Sold out on the run. Once he got past that first wave, there was a nobody. And believe it or not, he made Brody Gulch miss that tackle. Eagles has been having a great day, but what a spin move by Boletsky. And like you said, that will put it on the coffin. Although they did score kind of quick, boy, putting 41 points up on this Houston defense is impressive.
On now comes Ethan Snead to tack home the extra point. High snap corralled, snap spot kick is up and it is good. And the Storm now lead 41-24. And Gerald, I think that long run of 5 straight where the game has been decided by 6 or less, I think is coming to an end here today.
Definitely. It looks like it's going to be that way. 41-24 here. 16 left. But the way Houston, that 2-minute offense drove down the field, I'm not taking anything away from DeMond Simmons, Shane Varner, and that Houston offense.
Corky's return is going to get to the 19 before he's leveled there at the 19. And now on comes Houston. Like you mentioned, pretty quick drive last time out. They're going to need one, maybe even in shorter drive, to put them within a sniff of getting this ballgame back in contention.
But they need to go deep often and look for number 80 again on this drive.
Gun straight package. We've only seen him running the all slants play time and time again. Indeed, it'll be all slants over the middle. They'll find DR Sim as Sim has a nice little turn on what should be a short passing play. That one gets him all the way to the 45. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Florida with a commanding 17-point advantage. Houston trying to make a late game comeback, as it should be just Houston trying to march down the field to end out this football game, and Florida picking up their 4th win of the season. Houston is going to come out with 3 wideouts and a split backfield, and Dave Burr under center. Quick drop from Burr, looking over the middle, into coverage, and nearly taken away by Ramel Hernandez, the backup strong safety.
Play there by Hernandez, looking. I don't think he saw him sneaking across the middle like that. Burr, luckily that ball falls to the ground. Bring up 2nd and 10. Just under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
2nd and 10 from 45 yards.
Scoring update from Vice Wars over in Denver. Denver now has the lead 16-13 over late in the 4th quarter in that ball game. Play action. Burr can't get it away, and he's taken down for another sack, and they'll have to burn a timeout.
Yes.
Oh my. Big sexy.
Big sexy again, half and a half. Just absolutely pulls over the offensive lineman. Had no chance. Another sack.
We're usually talking about, offensive players putting people in the shadow realm. Big Sexy just put Jason Banks into the shadow realm.
Just a great big game here for the defensive tackle number 69. Big Sexy. That's the minion.
Passing play for Burr. It's going to be passing plays here on out. Looking for DR Sim, and that's tipped away. Incomplete, as Sim has been, the most prolific receiver for the Hyenas today, but it just hasn't been, enough to get the victory. He does have 2 touchdowns on the day.
But that they're going to throw it his way now. And he's going to be double, maybe even triple covered here. This is a big play on 4th and 17.
They have to go for it with any chance of making something happen. All slants, firing over the middle, and that short passing play. Just, CR said, made something happen last time out. This time, it won't work out as Greg Corky picked up the reception, but it's a turnover on downs. Florida takes over, and this should pretty much seal up the football game. There's your final nail in the coffin there, Gerald.
I believe so. Yeah, you gotta tip your hats off to Houston. They just played a phenomenal game. Too many mistakes to overcome with the interceptions, but and then also give credit. Ron Cochran and the Florida Storm offense came out smoking in the second half.
Could see a heavy dose of the running attack as the backups are in. That's going to be the backup halfback, Stanley Nordelius, with his first touch of the ball game, picks up 2 as Houston calls their first time out. Houston's going to move further down the ladder in that very tough Tex-Mex division, or otherwise officially known as the South Division, as they're going to move to a perfect 500 on the season. They'll go to 3-3. Florida's going to move to 4-2 on the season after this victory here on the road. They also take a 10-1 advantage in this matchup history. 10 wins for the Florida franchise over this Houston franchise.
A 10-1 is definitely having somebody's number, and it doesn't get any easier for Houston. Next week, they play the division leader in Mexico City in one of 2 games they have against the Aztecs.
And that one's going to be on the road, so after this homestand, they're going to need to go ahead and play on the road in a very hostile environment in Estadio Azteca just to try and make something happen. Meanwhile, the Storm are going to go and take on the St. Louis Gladiators, also on the road. That'll be their last game of this road trip for the Storm. Houston's defense has been impressive all season. Florida and Ron Cochran have just completely eviscerated the defensive secondary late on in this ball game.
They've just played on all cylinders in offense, defense, special team with the field goal and the punting. Marcus Agrippa, they have just come out, and although it was a tight game at the half, Florida just came out here and made their adjustments, made this a ball game.
What a great punt by Agrippa. Down at the 2. He's the special teams player of the week in my book so far here in week 6. But oh my goodness, just putting all of the pressure on the rookie quarterback to make something happen. That's the 3rd time they're backed up within their own 5 yards are the Houston Hyenas.
That ball down at the 5 of the 3, and now the 2, probably at the most crucial point of the game here, puts it down there at the 2 with 45 seconds to go. Just great special teams play.
Burr is going to go back to pass in his own end zone. It's deflected away by the defense. Great coverage from the Storm, as that's going to be Adam Jones, the corner, making the play.
As the backups are in, we're actually trying, hopefully not to give up a safety here. They think the big sexy on the field. No, big is not on the field because couldn't block him the second half at all.
Split backfield. Burr back to pass. Pressure coming from the left. He gets it away. That's hauled in by Finnemore with room to run on the near side. It's going to be a 98-yard score for the Hyenas. One of the longest passing plays in SFL history.
Ow. A big old stat pattern right there. Somehow, some way, no one is behind the defense. And you can see all the guys just freaking Cody Gulch being one of the leading cheerleaders as Finnemore. 98 yards. And not so fast, my friend. An extra point here brings it within 10.
So Gerald, you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance.
All right.
Well,
we'll see if Sonny J can tack home this extra point to bring the game within 10 then. And then they got to go and get a quick onside kick and then have another quick play. There's a lot of things that have to go right for this Hyenas team. Snap spot, extra point is up and good from Sonny J. But it all started there with the big old touchdown. Now can they convert on the onside kick?
98-yard touchdown pass for Fenimore. If that's not the longest, it's one of the longest. Can't get much more longer than that, except for 99. Big onside kick here for Houston.
Last one went the way of Florida. This one goes the same direction as the Storm will fall on it. And that should just be about that. Jose Galino with the hands. And Florida will trot out the offense just to kneel it down one more time. And that should just about be that.
What? I mean, gotta give Houston for just never giving up. Down what? 17 points. Less than a minute to go in the game. Could have easily just packed it in, but no. Went and they got that 98-yard touchdown pass. Houston has a lot of heart. Gotta just shore up some of his mistakes here on the offense with the interceptions and the special teams, the field goal. All in all, if Florida just outplayed Houston in this game.
And so the streak of games being close between the two sides ends today as the Storm take a 41-31 victory. Gerald, we had a whole lot of fun here in this ballgame. High scoring compared to Vice Wars going over on Next Level Sports, but it was a fun game nonetheless.
But definitely, because we saw a close game at the half, but as you see the stats coming up here, 500, nearly 1,000 yards of offense between these two teams, 119 yards passing for the 3 interceptions compared to the 1 proves to be detrimental. You see one of the touchdown throws by Cochran to E.J. Minson. Just an overall second half was just dominated by Florida. They came out in the first drive of the second half and just took it right down the field. And just didn't have an answer for him in the second half.
And indeed, courtesy of DR Sam, Houston Hyenas owner, that pass and catch sets a new team record for the longest TD pass and catch in team history. So congratulations to Dave Burr. It did come in what some would call hashtag garbage time, but it's a tremendous play nonetheless. But credit Florida. Ron Cochran, Charlie Boletsky just put their foot on the gas to come out in the second half and put the game away.
They just came out here in the big runs, just big plays at the right time. This Florida Storm offense, they just played amazing, and they actually played great defensively, even though they gave up to his 2 touchdowns, especially that late one. Still, it's a great game plan by Florida.
So, who's your player of the game, Gerald? Do you give it to Ron Cochran? Or do you give it to Charlie Boletsky for the touchdown at the end?
I'm going to give it. It's got to go to Cochran, but you got to give DR Sim 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. You could give it to him in an effort, but I think it's going to be Cochran.
Cochran is a good choice. If special teams, like, there's not a whole lot of love, I feel, for special teams playmakers, but I think Marcus Agrippa deserves a huge shout out for special teams player of the week, if not player of this football game, just pinning Houston deep in their own territory time and time again. Unfortunately, for the last time they pinned them deep in their own territory, as you see it here, Fenimore rattled off a 98-yard touchdown reception.
There's 171 on the day.
Your player of the game will be Ron Cochran, as Gerald predicted. 349 yards, 29 of 44 on the day, and 3 touchdowns, and a very nice quarterback rating of 103.3. So for Gerald Giudice, my broadcast partner, I wish I could steal you a little bit more from Andy Hamilton, but I think that's written into your Vancouver contract. But it was a great call. Great to have you here, bud. And for the SFL commissioner, Cameron Irvine, who's also our producer, thank you all for joining us here on this Friday edition of the SFL. And until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.